Greetings, greetings, greetings. What's good, YouTube? What's up, everybody? My subscribers, big up yourself. Thanks for subscribing. I mean, very grateful. I'm saying, I'll leave you with a word of encouragement. Lapis, reprobatos, caput, anguli. Lapis, reprobatos, caput, anguli. Translation: stone which was rejected has become the head cornerstone. The stone which was rejected has become the head cornerstone. Selah. Alright, let's get to it. Alright, so we're gonna be digging on the Christian black codes, okay? Slave black codes, and why this is gonna reveal why is it very important to know who you are and properly identify as a man, a man who is ascendant or descendant of the ancient indigenous people of the Americas, of the land. This is why it's important to know your people, your blood lineage, and I'm saying your genealogy as much as you can. Know your elders, and I'm saying, know where you're from, and I'm saying, just get on, understanding of it, of where you're from. It's very important, and this is very important on a spiritual level too, not just the physical, okay? Because everything happens spiritual before it is in the physical. So you have to connect. You have to learn how to connect with the spiritual, because the spiritual already know all. You know what I'm saying? Spiritual is the all, but you gotta connect with it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta bridge that gap, that current. You know what I'm saying? So this is in French, code Noir. Okay, this is like the cover. Code Noir. That stands for black codes. You know what I'm saying? And this was in Louisiana. As you know, the French was in Louisiana. Okay, Louisiana's code Noir, right? 1724. All right, so this is how they regulate people who identify themselves as black, okay? And people who was with fraudulent intent was deemed black or labeled black because of political gain by people who have no interest in your well-being, okay? And this is how we end up, where people end up using the term black to describe themselves and not knowing it has legal and lawful implications, okay? Now, this is where the whole black situation became, daunting, so to speak. All right, let's get to it. So, Louisiana Code Noir, 1724. Primary documents regulate relations between slaves and colonists. The Louisiana Code Noir, our slave code. So what they're saying is that the black code, when you call yourself black, it's equivalent to saying you're a slave. Okay, our slave code, based largely on that compiled 1685 for French Caribbean colonies, right, was introduced in 1724 and remained in force until the United States took possession of Louisiana. This was not so long ago. Okay, so how you calling yourself black, an African American, and all these things? Okay, these labels. In 1803, the code's 54 articles regulate the status of slaves and free blacks, okay, as well as relations between master and slaves. The entire body of law appears below. Shout out to originalpeople.org. Shout out. So I found this article. Okay. Black Code of Louisiana decrees the expulsion of Jews from the colony. Okay. So as you know, the Jews were the Jacobites. Okay. Jews were the Jacobites. Jacobites were the ones who were exiled over here. All right. makes it imperative on masters to impart religious instruction to their slaves. Okay? You already know what that means, right? So even when they come in a system, it was imposing their religious doctrines upon our people, right? Number 3, permits and the exercise of Roman Catholic creed only. So as you see, it's Catholicism. Every other mode of worship is prohibited. Okay? Negroes placed under the direction of under the direction or supervision of any other person than Catholic are liable to confiscation. Okay? We all know Negro is a code word for Indian. Okay? When they wanted to veil or cover up who you really are, they call you a Negro. Okay? Just to have you caught up in this whole black codes, and so they could ship you all over the place. All right. Number 5, Sundays and holidays are to be strictly observed. So you know where the Sunday church came from, right? Came from your Christian black codes. Okay. All Negroes found at work on these days are to be confiscated. Hear that? 6, we forbid all white subjects of both sexes to marry with the blacks, under the penalty of being fined and subjected to some other arbitrary punishment. We forbid all curates, priests, and our missionaries of our secular or regular clergy, and even our chaplains, our navy, to sanction such marriages. Okay? So you know this whole marriage thing is under maritime law. They're talking about the navy. You know the navy deal with the waters. Okay? Secular, term secular, it's not spiritual. Okay? We're gonna look at the term secular. Okay? Where all your organized churches came from, your Sunday worship. All right? So deep the rabbit hole goes. Okay? Indians don't like to be called Indians. You like to be called black. Okay? Secular. Okay. Okay, see? Secular. Of or relating to worldly things. Things that are not regarded as religious, spiritual, or sacred. Temporal, okay? So it's not spiritual union, okay? We also forbid all our white subjects and even the monumented or freeborn blacks to live in a state of concubinage with blacks. Should there be any issue from this kind of intercourse, it is our will that the person so offending and the master of the slave should pay each a fine of 300 livres. Should said issue be the result of concubinage of the master with his slave, said master shall not only pay the fine, but be deprived of the slave and of the children, who shall be objected to the hospital of the locality, and said slave shall be forever incapable of being set free. All right. Okay. Key things right here. Hospital. Okay. Who shall be adjudged to the hospital of the locality. Adjudged. What does adjudged mean? Check it out, because we're looking in these words, okay? These words are very important. Adjudged. So, if you want to keep being black, it's adjudged or adjudged? I think it's adjudged, not adjudged. Did I spell it right? I don't think so. Okay. To decide or rule upon as a judge. How to use adjudged. Okay, so it's to be ruled upon by a judge. Okay. So when you're born in a hospital, that's how you do become subject to that locality, right? You gotta rebut the presumption always. Okay, so where was I? But should this illicit intercourse have existed between free black and his slave? Free black and his slave. So what they're saying here, free blacks had slaves too. Okay? Alright? So stop blaming just the so-called white man, okay? You know what I'm saying? And this word black is a status, so it could be a so-called white man, they call him black too. So it's a status, right? A free black and his slave, when said free black had no legitimate wife, and should said black marry said slave according to the forms prescribed by the church, said slave shall be thereby set free, and the children shall also become free and legitimate. And in such a case, there shall be no application of the penalties mentioned in the present article. Alright? 7. Ceremonies and forms prescribed by the ordinance of Blois, right? That's French, and by the edict of 1639 for marriage shall be observed both with regard to free persons and to slaves. But the consent of the father and mother of the slave is not necessary. That of the master shall be only one required. So, when you go to the hospital and you sign your child away to the state, okay, your consent is not needed anymore. So the state takes over that child and put that child under the orphanage department. You know what I'm saying? You abandon your child, you never claim your child, so the state takes your child from you. This is why they could come in your house and take your child whenever they feel like you're not being a good parent. Okay? Because it's not necessary once you consent to them being the child being a ward of the state. That of the master shall be the only one required. Okay? See? So that's where your whole CPS came from on your whole child services. Okay? 8. We forbid all curates to proceed to effect marriages between slaves without proof of consent of their masters. And we also forbid all masters to force their slaves into any marriage against their will. Okay, so what do you need from the state, which is your master? You need marriage license, right? So you could get married to your spouse. Okay? So without the marriage license, they're saying you can't get married, right? Because you're a ward of the state. When you could literally get married in your own private settings with your customs, your tradition, your customs from your ancestral customs. You know what I mean? Your tribal customs. Number 9. Children issued from the marriage. And issue mean what the production of the child, like from the birth of the child, okay? From the marriage of slaves shall follow the condition of their parents, and shall belong to the master of the wife, and not of the husband. If the husband and wife have different masters, right? You see that? So this is when your mother gives you over to the state. Your father, usually the father is not present because they know how to get the father out the home. Okay? These are all Christian black codes, people, in full effect. 10. If the husband be a slave and the wife be a free woman, is our will that their children of whatever sex they may be shall share the condition of their mother and be as free as she, notwithstanding the servitude of their father. And if the father be free and the mother a slave, the children shall all be slaves. Okay, so the condition of your mother determines your status. Okay, so all the empresses out there, you gotta correct your status, man, because if you don't fix it, your whole generation is gonna be cursed. Okay, with these codes. I claim my child. Okay, I claim my property as my property. Right? I stepped in. But the women, you gotta step up. Okay. 11. Masters shall have their Christian slaves buried in consecrated ground. Okay? We forbid slaves to carry offensive weapons or heavy sticks under penalty of being whipped and of